Milo. So good afternoon here in Phoenix. My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. This is our virtual monthly event for Phoenix, and it just allows us to get together as a global community. You don't have to drive across town. You don't have to find parking. You don't have to Uber over somewhere. You don't have to endure the heat. You can just sit in your office. You can connect up with the global tribe, and that's pretty cool. At least I think it's pretty cool, and I know many of you do as well. And the fact that you're here is kind of cool, and is an illustration of hopefully the value that you get, part of the value that you get from Global Chamber. Before we get too far along, Mike Patterson is in the room, and he always gets to go first because he's a visionary sponsor. He was our first member. He was there at City Hall when Mayor Stanton launched us with a couple hundred folks. I think actually Hank Marshall might be joining us here today, and he'll definitely be joining us at the Women in Global Leadership event we're doing in person at Tracy Latham's on August 6th. Mike, what's going on in your world? What's Spencer
But
Fain
by the
tackling?
way, when you see Hank, he's in mourning as the consul for Arizona for the United Kingdom, and they lost. But we're consoling him. Spencer Fain, we're so glad to be working with you, visionary. And Doug has been rolling out in each. We have 34 offices. We've been trying to find a person in each office, and they've been jumping at it to participate in the areas of the world that they're interested in and their expertise, whether intellectual property or tax or tariffs or whatever their interest is, to jump in. We have new folks that are Japanese speakers and Chinese speakers in our firm, and who are connecting with him, and they're really excited so far. In fact, one of our international tax people, David Barfield, was with you in another call yesterday, and he told me he had a great time and told a whole group in our firm of that as well. I'm taking a delegation of mining experts from Canada down to Mexico City the first week in October to see about financing. They're under a lot of pressure there with concessions that their government's trying to cancel unless they get financing. We're trying to work out a solution there. And so that's coming up for me. And then I'm working with Carol Colombo and the District Export Council. Doug's on that as well. We think we've got our entire Arizona delegation signing on to ask the administration to consider USMCA, for renewal, not just be on a one year drag along. It's in the best interest of all three countries. Anyhow, that's it for me for a moment. Doug?
Fantastic. How can we help you? Who would you like to meet going forward?
Oh, just always excited for inbound folks coming to the U.S. So we are just busier than a one-armed paper hanger setting up subsidiaries in the U.S. for foreign companies from Asia. Taiwan Semiconductor, they first started out with $1 billion in Arizona and in the U.S., and then 5 billion, and then 40 billion, and then 100 billion, and they were up to 156 billion invested here. And just in this last week, they've announced we're going to double down and put in another $100 billion in additional fabs for semiconductors in Arizona. But between you, me, and the wall, I think the rhetoric with China threatening them, I think if China took over Taiwan and they had to bomb their own, destroy their own fabs there on the way out rather than surrender them to China, I think they're showing their hand. They're going to really, this is one of maybe many places they're going to set up in the U.S. But what has triggered for me is there is a just constant stream of supply chain and other companies trying to follow them and get near to them here and work it out, which is a lot of cross-border work. And it's not just Arizona; it's the whole region, and really implications larger for the United States generally as a semiconductor giant. Amcor, others who are they're not the only one. Nvidia, et cetera. Just a lot going on in the semiconductor space. All right.
Sounds great. Thank you. Thank you for that update. I also want to, as we get kicked off, introduce Anthony Birdwell from Venture. They're a new member, ambassador level member. And Anthony, are you in Phoenix? Where are you based? And is there, tell us a little bit more about Venture and the work that you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
Are you
Absolutely.
available to speak?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey, man.
Oh,
Yeah, go Spartans. Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. Go Spartans. I was a graduate many years ago, early 2000s. So, no, very nice to meet everybody. I'm actually based in Michigan, so I'm in the Grand Rapids area, from the Metro Detroit area. So still go out to Metro Detroit quite often. We own a company out there, Venture does, that was recently acquired called Tryon Solutions. So I spend a lot of time out there. Probably once every couple of weeks, I'll head out there for a day or two. Um, but yeah, a little bit about myself. I've been in the payroll space since about 2010. Started with Paychecks back then, and then moved over to Paylocity. And then right around COVID timeframe, I moved into the global space about 6 years ago, and have been working in the global space with clients. Obviously, 6 years ago was a little different than it is now, and kind of clients that we would see back then to where who we see nowadays. But my primary focus is clients that are looking to test new markets. Actually, we just signed up University of Michigan, so that was a new client of ours, even though I'm a Spartan, behind us. But it's not always a gigantic company that we work with. It could be a very small company that's looking for, a bookkeeper or data entry person or someone to make phone calls for them. I always try and tell clients if there's positions that are hard to fill, or you have high turnover in certain positions, look at nearshore, look at offshore. Because one thing we do is we do employer of record services, where we can put employees of your company in about 180 different countries, and that'd be hired under our legal entities. So there's very low risk there because they're hired under our legal entities. If there was ever a court situation or anything that was labor law or anything like that, that does fall on us since we're the legal employer of them. So testing new markets. If you have contractors based here in the United States or outside the United States, we handle contractors. We're a very large company. We were built on PEO. If anyone kind of knows what PEO is, but that's another form of human capital management technology. It just incorporates benefits, which is something we do as well. We have about 167,000 clients around the world, 200 offices. My focus is really, like I said, on the global payroll side, the global HR, setting up entities. If there's a situation where a company needs to set up an entity somewhere outside the United States, employer of record services is definitely the most common way to hire outside the United States these days. And then contractor services and talent. So finding talent, we have about 160 recruiters through Venture that recruit globally. So we're a full workforce solution, similar to like an ADP or a Paychex or differences. We're just more on the global side as well. And those companies do offer global, but I just feel like we're a little bit different. We're built on PEO. So that was kind of a long-winded answer, but any questions at all for anybody?
Just and also to create some context here with Venture, there's a couple really strong connections here to the Valley. Number one is Shane Jacobs, who's been part of Safeguard Global and the membership that part of Global Chamber. They were one of the first HR services and EOR companies to be part of Global Chamber. He left Safeguard and he joined Venture. and he said, you know what, I need to get venture as part of Global Chamber. And so it took a month or so, but he's been able to do that. So Shane Jacobs is still on the Global Chamber Phoenix Advisory Board. He's switched hats and he's switched over to the venture team. I had started to discover venture last year when I was at a networking meeting in Phoenix where they were co-sponsors of an event we were sponsoring with with a group over at the Phoenix Suns training camp, and it was Salvo Global. And I started to dig into Salvo Global, and they had ended up joining separately as part of Global Chamber in Atlanta. And then I figured out that they were part of this about 100, maybe more than 100 different companies that Venture has put together. So they've acquired a variety of pieces to be able to assemble a full solution, including the global side of things. And their headquarters is in Chandler, Arizona, as it turns out. So I had 2 years ago no concept of this company at all, and now Venture Global and Venture HR and Prism HR, where Shane Jacobs works, is one of those 100 companies, and Salvo Global, yada yada yada. There's a whole variety of companies that are headquartered right here in Phoenix, and so that's pretty cool. Did I describe that properly?
You sure did, and that's what's a great thing about the Solvo side is it's that extra layer that I don't know if there's another company out there that has everything we have, and then you think of Solvo, which is a BPO kind of model, not necessarily a true BPO, but that's where employees work out of an office. They have a manager that oversees them. We have 60 Solvo offices around the world, mostly in Latin America, but they're in about 30 countries. So when a company's looking to get it to hire somebody and they want them in an office and they want them to be overseen by a manager, think staffing, intake specialists for law offices, 24/7 type positions, Solvo's a great fit. And that just kind of fills that full circle of global that we have here at Venture. So you did a great job, and I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting some of you people, some of you, and then hopefully getting out to some of the Detroit and Chicago chapters as well. So, but I'm here as a resource. So if you ever need anything, please reach out. I'd love to be able to help and give you any information I can.
There's a couple key people that are connected to Phoenix in the Grand Rapids area. One is Moses Koyabe, who many of you guys know here in Phoenix. That is a aerospace drone. What do they call them? Automated vehicles, automated virtual vehicles, AV somethings. He's an expert in that area, and he's in Grand Rapids. He moved from Phoenix to Grand Rapids, so he'll be one of the people you're queued up to be introduced to. And then another.
You said Moses what, Doug? I'm gonna write it down. You said Moses. What's his last name?
Koyabe, Koyabe, Koyabe. Probably the folks that have been around Phoenix for a while know him. Probably, I'm sure Mike Patterson knows him.
Yeah, he's a great guy and a real expert on UAVs of every kind, both in the air, on the ground, etc. He has strong relationships with the UAV industry here. Was here for many years, up in that region now. I don't know that if he'd love to come back. Maybe, I don't know. But Moses is back and forth, and as Doug says, a strong connection between our regions.
There's a drone company that's joining, by the way, for Phoenix, and so if they may be here today, and they tie all the way back to a company called Global Med, and they're both Thunderbird graduates, and fascinating progress that they've made. It's a real drone leader, and so hopefully they'll be here today, and if not, I think they're planning to be at the Women in Global Leadership event. So certainly one, Anthony, is that, and just for your own information, a lady named Ruby Golo, Rubby, is our executive director for Ghana. Her husband is got a project in Grand Rapids, as it turns out, and so she's temporarily in Grand Rapids. And so she and I have been working on something for Global Chamber, and also the other chapters in Michigan being Lansing and Detroit, of course. So we'll get you connected. Thank you for joining today.
Awesome. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it.
The other connection point that I wanted to make between Mike and Spencer Fain, and also Anthony and Venture HR, is that they're both sponsors of our 10th annual Women in Global Leadership event. And Brandon, thank you for raising your hand. I'm going to get to you next. So this is the event on August 6th. So it's in just less than 3 weeks away. I hope you can make it. It's going to be a particularly excellent one because it's our 10th annual event. So we have other signature events that we created before Global Chamber started. This is the first big signature event that we created once Global Chamber was started. I started it with and created it with Jamie Dodona of Squire Patton Boggs. I'm sorry, definitely not Spencer Fain. Different law firm, but also a good law firm. And Jamie led that program for the first 5 years, and I hope she'll be there. It looks like she'll be able to attend this one. It's got Frances Tessmer, who's on our global board, who will be a keynote speaker, extraordinary leader, probably the most global person that I know in Arizona, other than Mike Patterson. She is from Germany. She's a co-owner of Rolf's Salon. She's a documentary award winner. That documentary is coming out right now. She teamed up with Arizona State University and EVIT and L'Oreal Company to create a degree program for people in the beauty industry. They did not have an avenue to get a bachelor's degree until her vision got created through Arizona State University. That program started 2 to 3 years ago. And it's successful. It's first of its kind in the world. And she did a documentary on it. And that documentary is coming out. It'll be part of a program that we're doing in October at Mesa Community College. Stand by for that. I'm having brunch tomorrow with Frances over at Sanctuary, one of my favorite places. Join us if you can for brunch at Sanctuary, one of the great places. You never know who you're going to meet there. You might meet Frances, you might meet me. And one of the surprises that for me, it's, believe it or not, I met Jesse Jackson at Sanctuary of all places. It's an amazing place. So, but that's, I think, kind of what you'll get at the 10th annual Women in Global Leadership. Unfortunately, Mike will be in Mexico as part of that Canadian mining group, but he's decided to sponsor this event anyway with Frances, with Carolyn Hunter. Carolyn Hunter is as strong of a international business person as you'll find in Arizona. Mike, you know Carol from and you and I both serve with her on the Arizona District Export Council. She's amazing, isn't she?
Yes, and she's a client. You talked about Carolyn Hunter. She is the unbelievable poster child for USMCA, TLCAN, Kuzma, however you want to call it. The company is owned by Canadians in Alberta. They have their research and development here in Arizona, and then they have in 3 places in Mexico and in the Dominican Republic, they have 1,500 Latin American workers, and they're paying them way above going wages in there to keep retention for 10 years. But they are really at the mercy of the tariffs will put them out of business. And so she has been advocating going to DC, trying to really push for it. And she is she knows, she is such an articulate person on trade.
Yes. She's amazing. And I've gotten, thank you, Mike, for helping to secure her as a speaker. You are amazing. Other speakers include Vanessa Garcia, who you may not know, but she's a very international recruiter. Just an extraordinary lady with all sorts of international in her background. Dr. Lilly is the head of PCFR. Not only is she very global and extraordinary, but I did get and secure Susan Schultz to introduce Lucy. And for me, this is kind of a full circle culmination because, as many of you know or should know, Susan Schultz ran PCFR, founded it and ran it for 21 years. And subsequently, there have been a number of people who've been leading PCFR, but Susan was the one that really got it going and created a global community within Arizona before it was popular. And she really was the cornerstone of global business, certainly global miss in Phoenix. When I started Global Chamber, I was on the board of PCFR, and also actually I was the president of what was called the World Affairs Council, which turned into Global Ties. There is a place for all three of those, a unique place, and certainly our unique place is on the business side. And speaking of business, the final speaker, at least on the panel at the event on August 6th, is Don Guerra. So who's been to Barrio Bread in Gilbert? Anybody? Maybe not. So 5 years ago, Don was a speaker at this event in Tucson, and he was with when Mayor Romero came on board. She was one of the women on the panel. Don was the man. We always have one man on the panel. That interplay between Mayor Romero and Don was extraordinary. Don is from he's from Sonora. I was going to say he's from Hermosillo, but now I think he might be. He's definitely from Sonora. He learned baking from his grandmother and his mother. He has his daughter in the business, and his passion of gender equality and supporting women is as good as it gets. And so I think you're going to really enjoy the program very much. I want to acknowledge Brandon Matuki as well. You've raised your hand, and probably it relates to the fact that Moses Koyabe is part of your advisory board in Mombasa. Even though Moses is in Grand Rapids, and many of us think of him as an Arizonan and maybe don't even realize he's left, he is also on the Global Chamber of Mombasa advisory board, and he's played a key role in terms of the board there and making it one of our most advanced advisory boards that I get to work with. Brandon, how are you? You're amazing. Are you able to speak and say hi?
Yeah, hello, Doug, and everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. A lot of water under the bridge. Virtual hugs to you and your family.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the Global Chamber community. You've been very supportive through this period. And I thank God that I now feel well enough, at least better enough to start working. And to start us off, I think I might have an opportunity for Anthony. We're discussing issues to deal with human capital. Part of what we've been trying to set up with the Mombasa chapter, this is the new baby that's coming up. And we were looking at, our vision was to present kind of a one-stop shop, like the first layer for any foreign companies who are looking to do business in Kenya and the larger and our region. With regards to human capital, part of the vision that is being anchored within the Mombasa chapter is partnering with the Institute of Human Resource Management in Kenya. And we have a lot of trained and well-equipped youth who are well qualified to conduct global trade, to participate at the global level. And if it suits you, we will wish it will be great if we could link you up with our ED and the team in Mombasa. See how best you can be part of that vision from the onset as it is being built up. And also to encourage everyone, watch out for Global Chamber Africa. A lot of amazing things are going to come up in the near future. Kindly, when our events are coming up, be there. See what we're also building and what we are trying to bring, the Africa you are trying to bring to the global space. Thank you all. That's it, Doug.
Thanks, Brandon. I sent you a LinkedIn note just now with my information.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you, and it's good to speak with you again. Thank you very much for joining today. As long as we're kind of segueing from the 10th annual Women in Global Leadership, I'd like to recognize Laura Fredrickson. Laura has been part of the planning committee for that. We have actually, I think we have a meeting in a couple hours or an hour or something this afternoon about getting students involved. And Laura's been instrumental in helping with some ideas and thoughts. And so, Laura, I don't know whether you can say hi, but what's going on in your world? And are you able to say hi and talk a little bit about either the 10th annual or some of the things you're involved with?
Well, yeah, I mean, this will be my first event that I'm involved with. So I am actually just immersing myself in learning about what is needed and trying to make sure that I can contribute. In terms of what's going on in my world, all things HR and technology, I feel like. Yeah, I am the CEO and founder of Ouravia HR, and my company is designed to, I've got over 20 years of executive experience. And so my company is designed to align the people and the business and the HR strategy with the tech strategy. So I'm a little bit unusual in the HR space in that I absolutely enjoy technology and have been immersed in it and have force-fed it to all of my prior employers, whether they liked it or not. So that I decided to go and make a business out of that. And it's been going really pretty well. So I'm very, very happy with that. I've been making a lot of meaningful connections with Global Chamber and so many other great people, and just immersing myself with a lot of different folks, technologists and strategists and academians in the world of AI and all things that entails. And so I'm just really enjoying the journey and enjoying meeting folks and helping my clients make the right decisions on their technology and their people strategy. So that's me.
I think for Anthony's benefit, we have connected Laura to Shane Jacobs' adventure. I think we did, right? Or certainly
Yes,
it was in
we
my head
did.
to do that.
Yes, we
And so
absolutely did.
So we have that connection because what Laura brings to the table is the ability to bring data to the forefront on the HR side of things. And that's really unusual to have that. And so she creates a lot of unique value. So undoubtedly, I'm looking forward to the collaboration undoubtedly between Venture and what she's doing as she grows her business. So thank you, Laura, for all that you do and your appreciation. We appreciate you, and I appreciate you very much.
Thank you,
The
Doug.
other day,
Likewise.
there were some things that came out that I was getting a little emotional, and then you started to get a little emotional too on one of the calls. And what reminded me of it was that movie that was my wife's mother's favorite movie. My wife's mother was a softball player back in the day, like way long time in the 50s, and she loved the movie League of Their Own. Kind of about baseball, and there's one phrase there that Tom Hanks used: "There's no crying in baseball." And
I do remember that. Yes, that's a great movie.
There's no crying at Global Chamber unless you're holding back the tears. So thank you for being human.
Likewise, thank you. No, that was a good call, and the tears were aptly placed, and they were short in duration, so it was all perfect. You made me emotional.
Thank you. I still think I'm probably a little bit too emotional, so thank you for humoring me. I appreciate it.
We love you that way. We're glad you're that way.
Let's continue to go around the room. I know I wanted to make sure that you all got to meet a couple people here. Daniel Zimmerman is one because he's had a change in his world. And Daniel, would you be able to say hi? I did make an introduction. I mentioned earlier about that drone company that's relocating from overseas into Phoenix. We talked this morning and they're joining Global Chamber. It's a couple people that some of you know, or certainly one, maybe two people. The fellow came from Global Med. Oh, that's right. And his developer came from Global Med too. He didn't share who that was, but they're longtime members of Global Chamber. So they've been overseas. They're coming into Phoenix. They're setting up the company. I suggested Mike on the attorney side, and so I'll kind of follow up on that side of things. But I think I already introduced them to you, Daniel, because Daniel, amongst all the things that Daniel's an expert on, is that if you ever want to get business from the government, I don't think there's anybody better than Daniel Zimmerman because he understands, especially at the federal level, what they're doing, what technology they're using, and how to weave yourself into that. He's been doing that with his company, Kraus Anderson. Now his firm, Just Science, has got that capability as well. And I know, Daniel, you had you're setting up a conversation with Karen Bodish because B of A, member of Global Chamber, has a very strong division for government projects as well. And so, Daniel, you always got a lot of things going on. What's going on in your world? Can you say a few words?
I can. Thank you. I've been running under the radar because I've been strategizing in the background how to reintroduce. So thank you, everybody, for having me on. My background is just building companies. So I've, as a consultant or on my own, I've built about 30 different companies in the Southwest of all different kinds, from service businesses to biotechnology, in incorporating into the AI space more recently. Last couple of years were spent in the corporate world, mostly in large multi-billion-dollar construction firms. And so I have elected to move back out into the consulting space where we are focusing on taking a business and recreating that business into a digital space, including its operations, its ideologies, choices, so that we could model how that business works in a virtual reality, modeling its competition, decision sets, and of course, you've got all these layers above that of global events, political wins, those sort of things. And so I was holding off to make sure that I wasn't just fooling myself and I could get enough people to agree with me. So Doug, I didn't tell you this, but we did announced our first contracts this week, which were some of the largest, well, actually is the largest construction and safety builder in the U.S. I got a municipal, a great project with the municipality, and a large, like, all sorts of business came right into that space because they really wanted to look at how that technology could change their world. So super excited. My world is changing quickly. And then fortunately, I have partnerships with Stanford, ASU, and other spaces. So it would be overspeaking to say that I'm the genius. I just know the geniuses and they're willing to play.
Amazing. Thank you. He lives in Camp Verde, believe it or not. How's that for a commute to Phoenix? Uh, he's been having. How long does that typically take you?
It's $1.50 to downtown.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That is a commute. Thank you very much. Dev Pawar, you are an extraordinary architectural firm. You do some really great work on the sustainability side and multifamily. You've raised your hand. It's always great to see you. What's going on?
Well, I have two things. One would be, Daniel, I don't know if you get involved with the Small Business Administration, SBA, as well. We
I
have
do.
been trying unsuccessfully for over a year now, and maybe if you and I can connect offline, you can guide us, hopefully, to get in the door with them. We started off in DC at a conference, meeting the lady who was running SBA at the time, and she gave us some contacts to reach out to in Arizona, but I don't want to take up everybody's time. And the other one is Venture. Does Anthony travel to Phoenix ever?
Yeah, we do. We have an office out there, so we were just out there a few weeks ago. But we do have local people there as well. So, but yes, we do travel out to Arizona. Yeah.
Would love to meet you in
I
person
can,
someday, Anthony.
I'll connect you
Yeah,
to Shane Jacobs as well, Dev.
awesome.
He's on our advisory board, and we'll make that happen. Their headquarters is in Chandler, so
Yeah,
definitely they're in the valley. They've probably got
there are.
hundreds of people, right?
Awesome. Very
Oh, I
nice.
would think so. Yeah, that's a big office up there. So I would think there's quite a bit of people that work out of that office. So yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Doug.
So they've actually, along with the Mahoney Group, which is also in the East Valley, both Mahoney Group, new member of Global Chamber, and Venture, both have offered to host a Global Chamber event. Both of them have, I think they're both in Chandler. Both, at least the case of Venture, the Mahoney Group has a rooftop one. I don't remember exactly what the Venture setup is, but it sounded pretty amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. And while I'm thinking of it, that besides August 6th for the Women in Global Leadership, definitely go to that one at Tracy Latham's factory in North Phoenix. But the next event after that, the big event, will be it's new news, October 19th, Semicon West post event. This year, Semicon West is in San Francisco. Global Chamber is doing a pre-Semicon West event in San Francisco on October 12th. Semicon West is the 13th through the 15th in San Francisco at the Moscone Center. Then on the next Monday, the 19th, in Peoria, we will be doing a Semicon West post event in Phoenix. And so definitely watch for details on that. And we're working with the city of Phoenix and Amcor and others to create a Phoenix event. They took Semicon West back this year. We're going to get it next year, but as long as they're going to have it this year, we're going to still have an event here in Phoenix, as there should be, because of Semicon's such important for us here in the Valley. So thanks, Dev. We'll get you connected. I want to also recognize Colin Pfeiffer of Zecca Ross Law Firm. Thank you, Colin. Are you in San Diego or are you here? Where are you located?
So we are a California bar law firm, but our office is based in Arizona, and we do have an Arizona lawyer.
Okay, cool. And tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Yeah, so we do corporate formation. We help position companies for venture capital and take them any step of the way. We also do securities, just light securities for safes, and then mergers and acquisitions and IRS audits.
Cool. Which part of the Valley is the office?
We have an office in Glendale, and then we have an office downtown. Downtown is our main office, but I'd say majority of our clients are global. So we use answer engine optimization for our marketing, and I'd say the majority of our clients, which used to become from networking events, are now just from internet searches on Gemini, ChatGPT. And so we see, I think, vast majority of our clients are international at this point.
Amazing.
Hey, Colin.
Yeah.
Doug, can I ask a quick question to Colin?
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead. Where are you? Who's speaking?
This is Dev. Yeah.
Oh,
Colin,
okay.
do you guys get involved with tax exempt bond financing?
We do not have experience with tax exempt bond financing. That is maybe out of our realm of practice area, but maybe Michael Patterson might have some experience in this.
Thank you, Colin.
Yes,
Mike,
we have people that do that. Yes.
All right, Mike. Then I'm going to be speaking with you here offline as well.
Thank you.
Another connection made. Thank you very much. Roberto Ansis from Milano in Sedona, covering the world and helping people with U.S. market entry. He's also leading one of our 22 groups within Global Chamber of market segment and focus. That includes things like book authors, with Dana Austin leading, and the semicon sector with Marcos Garcia Acosta leading, and the big one, I think of the big one in the room, the elephant in the room, a big opportunity is manufacturing. And so we gave that to Roberto because he's so experienced in the segment globally. He has some ideas and vision and pulled a team together to create a community within that globally within Global Chamber. So Roberto, could you give us an update on the progress that you guys are making?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, thank you, Doug, for the continued support to our company. In the past, I would say 10 years, we have been basically concentrating on two factors. One is, of course, bringing foreign companies to the US, which is the commercial and marketing portion. But the most important is bringing medical company to the US, which is a real challenge with the FDA class 1, class 2, and class 3 applications. So that's what we've been spending nights on. On the other side, with the Global Chamber, I was having a conversation with Doug a few months ago, and I mentioned to him that there is an entire segment of not only the US, but the global population that has a tremendous potential for the Global Chamber, and that is manufacturing. Now, I so happen that my background is science and physics and chemistry and engineering, and I worked for about 10, 15 years for one of the largest company in the country, the Lincoln Electric Company, manufacturing company. And one of the things that I noticed when I started looking at the roster of the Chamber of Commerce, of the Global Chamber, is that we really didn't have a great market penetration in the manufacturing industry. So I created a group called the Manufacturing Alliance, and we are planning an incredible 2007 first quarter event online. And, many of you have done in the past trade shows. You know how long it takes to drive to the trade show, and if you're a manufacturer, how much you have to carry with you, et cetera, and the cost of it. Well, in the world of digital work, we are investigating right now 6 potential providers for providing an international trade show that will cover Germany, the UK, Mexico, and the US. And we just Ildico, one of our members in the UK, just joined, believe it or not, Doug, a LinkedIn group of manufacturers, 1,700 potential prospects. So it just is absolutely the potential for this, for the Global Chamber and for globalization for manufacturers is absolutely huge and immense. And I will be working with Eduardo for Mexico. I'll be working with Ildico and Mark in the UK. We're looking at somebody in Germany, Doug, if you can help in the manufacturing area. Otherwise, I'll reach. I used to be a senior advisor to Mercedes-Benz in Germany a few years ago. I'll be glad to reach them. But we are creating not only this international virtual reality trade show, whereby you will be able to attend the video conference. There will be about 160 to 200 participations, members, 4 major sponsors. And we're starting to create, we have a survey that we just posted on Google for manufacturers to fill out and tell us exactly what they would like, what they would not like. And so we're just starting, and we are expanding our group. We don't want to have in the committee more than 8 people, all competent with manufacturing, but we'll let everybody know. So if you have any contacts with manufacturing, please let us know, because the event that we are going to be proposing for the Global Chamber in 2027 first quarter is going to be huge.
Great. Germany, we can help. We have a variety of every state that's happening today, actually, on the Global Chamber map. We've split Germany up into each state based on the local suggestion. And so by next week, that should be up on Global Chamber, and we're creating chapters around by state. And so we'll have some people for you for sure. If anybody, by the way, has connections
there will be
to Rudy
Frankfurt,
Vetter.
Frankfurt or Hamburg, they would be probably the best places, Doug.
Yep. We've got the Hamburg, Dusseldorf, Bonn area, so I can help for sure. And Rudy, I meant to mention Rudy Vetter. I've got to reach out again now on Facebook, but I've been trying to reach out to him and see if we can get him engaged because it's not clear. I know he's left the company he was with, and so if anybody still has connections with him, I'm connected everywhere, but I think I need to reach out to him in Facebook probably to get his attention. Let's continue to go around the room. Thank you, Roberto. We've got 10 minutes, and I do want to try to finish on time just to respect everyone's time. Who would like to go next? Who has something they'd like to share or any help that you need?
Hey, Doug, this is Bernd, if I may.
Yes, sir. You've got something coming up, don't you?
That is correct. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. So this is Bernd. I'm leading the Global Chamber Music Industry Group that we started earlier this year. And I'm still looking for partners, anyone who's interested in joining me driving the music industry within the Global Chamber. But we have one very special event coming up next Thursday. It's a webinar. Some of you or most of you may know that I'm involved in an initiative called the Nursing Rocks Concert Series. So we're organizing concert for nurses, celebrating and honoring nurses. These are sponsored events to which nurses attend for free. And we just had one in May 16 here in Phoenix, our first big one at the Walter Studios. And we had the Phoenix Children's Hospital as our key sponsors. And by the way, also Lucid, the car company Lucid, was one of the supporting companies. So next Thursday, look it up. There's a webinar that I will be facilitating with the founders of Nursing Rock. So you will hear all the stories, how we started. And one quick highlight that we had at the concert on May 16 was the Phoenix Children's Hospital. They have a doctor's band. So the leading spine surgeon, Dr. Greg White, who operates the kids on their spines, his band was on stage on May 16. He plays the bass guitar. Can you imagine that someone like him is into music? So dial in next Thursday to our webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Raymond, Rutherford, Daniel, anybody else that's in the room? I see Eduardo, but I'm not sure if that's really you over there. Eduardo, is that you or a note taker? Are you available to say hi? And if not, that's okay. But anybody else would like to share? We've got a few more minutes. Hey, Raymond, how are you? You came back.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, how are you?
Okay, I don't know if there are other Raymonds on here, so you gotta let me know who you're talking to. It's a kind of common name, so there could be more than one Raymond on the call. I'm well. I didn't come back. I don't know where I didn't go anywhere, so I'm not sure where I came back from. But yeah, I'm here in here in Arizona.
Fantastic. What's going on?
At the
Anything we can help
moment,
with?
what's that?
Anything we can
I'm
help
sorry.
with?
Not at the moment, but maybe in a month or so from now. So my focus is on doing strategic planning and strategic marketing, business development with with high tech and startups in that hardware space. And so this is an opportunity that maybe you can help me with. Is in the future I've started to engage with a software company that's doing AI, an AI product that is targeting the healthcare industry and medical industry, which is new for me again as well. I've always been on, as I said, on the hardware side with deep tech and high tech companies. So this will be new for me, but maybe in September, and that's why I asked you offline, when you would be back in Phoenix, so maybe we could get together and have a chat. A little bit early to talk about it right now.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm back and forth. So
Okay.
the next big events that we have are the Women in Global Leadership August 6th, and then the big semiconductor event on the 19th of October. And by the way, I didn't mention this, but that's not only a semiconductor-oriented event that's going to be in Peoria, but it's also the International State of the Metro. So it's an introduction for foreign companies to the Metro with a report card like we do on a regular basis. And then there's also an alignment around semicon. So watch for that, and that would probably be of interest to you. The healthcare part of it sounds interesting. I'd definitely like to learn more.
Have you decided on the format for the semicon follow-up event? Is it going to be are they going to be booths, exhibitors? Is it just going to be speeches and roundtables?
It's going to be a lot of connecting. It's going to be connecting. It's going to be supply chain orientation, and it's going to be introducing regions, including Phoenix. And then we have a couple other regions that are coming in. So it'll be more of a global supply chain focus. And there's a couple things that we would like to have as part of that. And so it's reliant on some people saying yes. And so we should have more information soon. Hopefully by August 6th, we'll be able to announce the details.
That would be good. I know someone in Taiwan that may be very interested in learning more about the supply chain part of it, especially after yesterday's big announcement. So
Taiwan will be part of the event on October 9th.
I'm sure they will.
I can say that.
Yeah.
Rutherford Pascal may or may not be, but it doesn't matter. He's just amazing. It's just great to be in the same room. His leadership ability. I'm rereading John Maxwell's High Road Leadership for the third time. That one for me is his pinnacle. That one, he's reading it because it's an audio book. It's so full of amazing information. It's such a tremendous gold star. I don't know how it rates in all of his books, but by far that's the one that really, to me, shines. That's why I'm reading it, listening to it for the third time. What's your favorite John Maxwell book?
Well, so you caught me. What's my favorite? What's the name of that? Oh my goodness! Just three names, just kind of like going across each other right now in my head.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No. Oh no, okay, it's 21. Okay, I'm sorry. The 21 rules of leadership. Like, so yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I have to think about it. I was, for some reason, leaders eat last it's not John Maxwell. It's one of the books I've been thinking about a lot. That's what came into my head right away and I couldn't get it out. So anyway, so quickly, as Doug said, I'm a leadership consultant, coach. I do a lot. I help leaders keep their talented people from walking out the door. Retention, attrition. That's the primary focus of companies. I love coaching one-on-one with people who are emerging leaders, and people who are in leadership, but they are trying to get to the next level. They don't understand the value that they bring to the organization, and I help them do that. And you see the background, this Nairobi thing. That's my second thing I'm doing. I'm a VP of sales for this startup, and this startup it works with environmental pathogen control and bloodborne pathogen control using the most powerful UVC light on the market. That's it.
I didn't know that had a Kenya connection. That's interesting.
No, okay. Nairobi. So it has nothing. Nairobi is just a name that the inventor likes.
Oh,
it has
seriously.
Nothing to do with it.
Oh.
He just likes the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing. And one of your partners in crime there, I think, is Mark Cohen as part of that as well?
No.
So I thought of Mark because he had his hip replaced this week, and so he's recovering. So he'll be back hopefully by August 6th. We only have 2 minutes left before the top of the hour. Have I forgotten anyone or misspoken in something that needs to be corrected? Does anybody have any final comments before we close the room?
Yeah, this is Gabriel. And
Gabriel, you're over there. I see you.
Sorry, I couldn't find my camera thing, so I'm just in the dark, but I'm here.
There's been requests to promote you to panelist, then you just have to click yes, and then
okay.
That's what,
yes,
no worries. We can hear you though. Oh, and I see you're joining. That's cool. So we'll see you in a moment.
Doug, you were looking for a contact for Rudy. What was the last name?
Oh, Rudy Vetter,
Okay, I'm
Vetter.
connected with him on LinkedIn.
Yeah, well, I am too. I was curious to see if anybody had spoken with him recently.
Okay.
Because I've sent LinkedIn, I've sent email. I know he's changed his job, and I just need to take the next layer and go to Facebook and connect. Because he and his daughter do a lot of stuff in traveling, and I happen to notice he's traveling somewhere, and I thought, oh, okay, I just got to do Facebook. So,
Yeah.
how are you, Gabriel?
Mute.
Oh, you're on mute. Just unmute.
Sorry, running out of time. Just briefly, just wanted to discuss PHXMF, which is hosting an event in October the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. It's a workforce development program to bring together all three of the silos of music, film, and gaming. And our focus is going to be on AI and emerging technologies that's impacting the industry. So I'll have more on that at our next meeting. I'd love to get as many people involved who know about the industry, know about the technology. Would love to have them all participate in the event.
Amazing. Have you connected with Bernd? Have you guys talked through that?
We've worked together before, and we just did the International Jazz Day Festival over
Okay.
at Civic Space Park, and of course, Doc Jones is a heavy part of that. So yes.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're connected there, and we'll think of some other folks for you to connect up with.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Have a good rest of your Friday. Thanks for coming in here. Hopefully, you got some new connections that will be important and valuable. And if there's anything that you need between now and whenever we meet again, send us to me, Doug at globalchamber.org or info@globalchamber.org. We've been running shorthanded this week. We've had multiple people sick at Global Chamber, and Cesar Trabanco, our master connector, has his 15th wedding anniversary today. So he has the day off, 3-day weekend. And Sunday, Argentina or Spain? What do you think? Anybody have a strong feeling either way?
Spain.
It's either Spain or Spain.
Is that it was that Eduardo?
That Argentina is a comeback team, so I'm going to vote on them.
Got
It's
it.
whoever who has bribed the officials, the referees.
Okay. So Eduardo's part of a trade mission that's coming to Phoenix from Argentina at the end of September, early October. Ricardo Vanella of Global Chamber Buenos Aires, and they actually, one of our customers, one of our members in Argentina spoke earlier today, and they were very quiet. They were just very hopeful and very nervous. And let's see what happens in New Jersey. Last year's most memorable picture, or 4 years ago's most memorable picture, was the two brothers, or father, son, Erwin Pattinger, and the father who visited Arizona from Argentina at the match, and just right after Argentina won, just the joy in their face. And so the son spoke this morning at Global Chamber, and he was the one that was somewhat subdued, saying, let's see what happens. So let's see what happens. Have a great rest of your Friday and great weekend, everybody. Take care. Be global and what?
Unstoppable.
Be unstoppable.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
See you later.
Thank you, Doug.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, everybody.